In this tutorial, we're going to look at how to change the look and feel of our weblog using themes and other methods. And let's check out our Miller family weblog here. This section up here is called our header. And if we look down here on the right, this is called our sidebar. And we have some information, the archive, category, blog role, search engine, and meta. And so let's look at how to modify this information and make it look a little differently. Let's go into our dashboard here, and from our main menu line we're going to go into design, and the first thing we see is our current theme. So our current theme is contempt, and we could actually change that if we want to. We have 5 pages of themes that we can use in WordPress. So let's scroll down here a little bit and we can see some of the themes that we have available. Let's go ahead and just click into one that's radically different from the one we're using. So this is the Chaotic Soul theme, and you can see that this looks quite a bit different from our previous theme, but we have the same information here. So here's our Miller Family weblog information, and down here we see the sidebar information, and we notice it's a little bit different. We have this thing called journal search right here that's just a little bit different from our original theme. So if we want to activate this theme, we could just click right here, and that would make Chaotic Soul our current active theme. And if not, we can just close this preview by clicking the little X over here. Let's jump in and look at another theme. So we can see we can just by clicking in on a theme, we can make our weblog look quite a bit different very fast. So we see this theme, we have some options across the top here where our pages are displayed. We have this same Miller family information, and then along in the sidebar here we have some other information that is different from our original theme and the Chaotic Soul theme that we just looked at. Again, we could activate it here, but we're going to close the preview. Now let's look at another way to customize our weblog, and that's through the use of widgets. So under the design menu, let's click through on widgets. And widgets are simply little programs that can reside in our sidebar that allow us to customize our view a little more. Let's go over to the right hand part of the menu and look at current widgets, and right here we see we're using 0 widgets in the sidebar. Now by default we do see some widgets come up, but it depends on the theme that we're using. So the themes actually in a default mode control what widgets you're going to see. So you could see pages, links, meta information, and all that stuff that we've seen in the previous section in our sidebar, and we saw how it was changed depending on which theme we were viewing. So in the widget section we actually have total control over this, and we can determine what widgets we'll actually see, and that will transfer from theme to theme. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick some widgets to display. We're going to put in pages, archives, links, and let's just add a calendar in there. Now we see they pop up over here, and we can actually go in and edit these. So if we click the edit button, we see we can change the title. We have a bunch of different options here. We can sort by page title, exclude things, that sort of thing. And if we hit change here, that will actually do it for us. Now each one of these edits is going to be different depending on what the actual widget does. So we can see we can change the title again, and show post counts, display as a drop down, that sort of thing. So the other thing that we can do is change the order that they appear. So I can drag this one down here, for instance, and we can see we can put the archives in below the links instead of how it was. Now these changes will not take effect until I hit Save Changes right here. So let's go ahead and we'll do that. And our changes are currently being saved, and let's go out and view our site. And we see here are the widgets that we just applied to the weblog. All right, let's go back and look at our dashboard again, and we'll explore some of the other things we can do to change the look and feel of our website. Click in on Design, and let's look at what extras are. So click in on Extras, and we see the first thing that we have here is enable snapshots on this blog. And snapshots are just when we cursor over a link on our blog, a little box will come up and show us a preview of what's on the other end of that link. Now, hide related links on this blog just means that we have the option when we write a post that we could have links to other posts on WordPress come up that are related to the post that we just did by having the same tags or categories. So those are a couple of things we can enable on our WordPress blog. Let's jump into custom image header. Now this is our image header that's currently displayed, and we can modify this somewhat. We can hide the text, and that will be significant when we see what we can do next with our custom image header. So we could actually just delete this if we had a custom image that already had some text embedded in it. We could select a text color. This goes back to the original color, and then of course we have the option to save those changes. Now this next thing is pretty neat. We can actually have a custom image header that we can upload from our hard drive. So let's go ahead and browse our hard drive, and I actually have an image in mind here. So let's open that, and we're going to upload it. Now what I'm doing now is actually uploading an image from my hard drive, and we're going to store that image on the WordPress server. So here it is, and we see that the image that I just uploaded is a little bigger than the one we want to use with WordPress. So I have the ability to crop the part of this image that I want to use. So that looks good right there. Let's go ahead and crop this header. And now we're ready to look at this on our site. So let's go out to our site, and here it is. Here's our new weblog header, and so it's a pretty neat little feature. Okay, there's one more thing I want to go over before we finish up this tutorial. So let's go back to our dashboard, and we're going to go into Design again, and we're going to look at Edit CSS. Now CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet, and this gives us the ability to really modify the look and feel of our weblog much more than we've already gotten into. Now this isn't a trivial feature, and in fact it's actually beyond the scope of this tutorial. But if you'd like to learn more about it, there's some links right at the bottom of this page for W3 Schools and a couple of other websites where you can jump in and learn about modifying CSS. Now this is a paid upgrade with WordPress, so you'd have to do that first before you got into modifying your CSS sheet. Thank you for watching this WeDigi WordPress tutorial. Now please close the media player and return to the main menu to see the rest of the tutorials.